Hi, Hungries.
We're dads.
And this is the Diverse Dad Podcast. How are you, Jez?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, good. You have a good week?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Bloody Vera Bart Simpson to me.
Yeah.
When she hasn't-
Carumbered.
No, she hasn't seen much of Simpsons at all. But
That's disappointing.
the other day I was cooking dinner, so stew or something.
Yeah.
So do you want the tubes or the pasta shells?
Mm.
You got the shells, Dad? Okay. Cook up the dinner, serve it up, big bowl of pasta and meat and whatever.
She Jeremy, you.
I only want to eat the meat, Dad. Why? What? You asked for shells. I just wanted to look at them. Okay, great. Yeah, Bart Simpson's piling on the peas. More peas. More peas. More.
Yeah,
I just wanted to look at them. They're disgusting. Yeah.
that's good. That's
Anyway.
fun. I thought she was going to call you Jeremy. Thanks, Jeremy.
No.
Well, Rusty doesn't understand because the other boys have a different mum.
Yeah.
Rusty sometimes calls mum Ellie,
Yeah.
and that it just throws a spanner in the works. She's, don't you dare call me Ellie.
Vera sometimes, and she'll sometimes when she's introducing us to someone, she'll either say, "That's my dad," or "He's Jeremy."
Yeah, okay. It's a weird thing that kids kind of they have to work out. You are dad, but you have a different name.
Yeah.
I get to call you a special name.
Yeah. She seems to have a really strong grasp of that, like a really firm understanding of who mum is and what her name is, and grandma and grandpa, all of her grandparents. She knows that they have their other names and they have the name that's for her because she is the granddaughter.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
No, Vera's a very clever girl, though.
Yeah.
She,
Clever parents.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to deny that either. You're both pretty clever. Oh, okay, cool. So she Bart Simpson's, yeah?
Yeah, she Bart Simpson me.
Good on her. Classic Vera.
It's pretty fun. I did laugh. Yeah. Do you want more meat? Whatever. Yeah.
I would have forced her. Eat it!
There are times when I do, I don't really force, but I'm like, you have at least a mouthful of this or whatever.
Yep.
When it's something crappy like pasta, I don't care. There's no nutrients
It's not
or
a
anything
nutrient.
in there.
Yeah, it's more of a filler.
Yeah, but if it's like pumpkin, just have at least one pumpkin.
You know what drives me nuts?
What?
We have burritos, right?
Yeah.
We make our own. It's cool. It's like a exciting creation thing. And after the first one, the kids always say, "Can I just have a wrap?" It's like, fill it. Put something in it.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, that's just one wrap less that we have all of this stuff that can't fit into all of the things and we have to throw it.
Yeah.
And just eat the bits.
Vera loves a plain wrap.
Ugh,
And
kills me. Ugh.
I've done filled with whatever, made her a proper something with in the wrap, and it mostly ends up a mess, and is out of the wrap, and she eats the wrap, and then she eats the stuff that was in it. Her little hands struggle with it.
Do you remember eating tacos as a kid and it was just taco, you take a bite, the bottom folds out,
Yeah,
and then all of a sudden it's just yes, leftovers, just giant.
yeah.
Man, I would eat so many tacos as a kid.
Do you remember eating tacos as an adult, and it's just bite it, breaks in half, stuff all over the plate, basically a second taco?
No, because I plan ahead as an adult.
Oh,
See, my ADHD brain has learned to adapt
okay.
to fool people.
Yeah.
I'm still broken, but
So
I'll
now
fit in.
you tip the taco up, eat the innards, and then eat the shell.
Go to eat the shell, and that just breaks.
Yeah, and it
But I
doesn't
don't
matter,
have
there's
anything
nothing
to
in
pick
it.
up.
Yeah, it's
We
a
have
good
a
idea.
visitor.
We do. We've got a wild cat running around. It's not wild. It is tame. Pretty wild.
Rusty cruised on down. Just gonna say hello, Dad. Oh, the cat's here. Bye.
This cat loves pissing on things. Just
Oh man.
everything in the world. I was thinking about getting a cat. This cat made me decide I don't want a cat.
He's been the best lately.
He's all right. I'm his favorite.
Nah. Nah, he loves me so much. He actually... Yeah, anyway, so you might hear some, like, thumps and stuff. Andy.
More than usual.
Boys. Come on.
What happened? Did you tell me what happened to you this week? Is that what just happened?
No.
What happened?
I'll tell you what happened.
Oh, we did the taco thing because of the...
Yeah,
okay.
we were still talking about your thing. No, so what happened was so after our last step, I actually was quite sick. I got like a cold thing, and I just started being all yuck and snotty and yuck.
Yep.
Anyway, so I started working from home for the week. I got home. Oh man, that cat's going to annoy me. Look, he's in the bag. He's in the bag. Andy. All right, he's going to piss on things. I'm going to... Hey, bud, come here. Yeah, you want to go upstairs?
Go left. Go around the batching thing.
Come on. Hey,
Oh.
Okay, so
So, you've had your domestic,
I fought a cat.
fought a cat, and a family. And now it is time for your week.
I didn't fight the family.
How was your week?
I didn't fight the family.
I heard hitting.
It was the cat.
There is no hitting.
Although I weaseled him up
So
to
you
the
hit
fridge.
the cat.
Yeah. So I weaseled him into the fridge because I'm like, hey, I'm going to get you dinner, bud.
Yeah.
Getting you dinner.
Yeah.
Scratched a grape bag. He came over and he's like, oh, are you? And then he realised I was playing with the grapes. And I went to grab him and he slipped, weaseled down and ran back down the stairs.
Oh, you left the door open.
Well, I couldn't get from weaseling him here to running and slam the door.
Yeah, okay.
Cats are hard. So I remember how you said like 2 minutes ago that you didn't want a cat.
Yeah.
There
Super
you go.
don't want one now.
Yeah. I don't either. You want a cat? Anyway, my week.
Yeah.
So I was sick at the start of the week.
Yeah.
I ended up working from home. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool, doing my thing. All of a sudden I hear this tiny little knock.
Mm.
I'm like, what the hell was that? So I run upstairs. Then I run downstairs. Sorry, guys, I just got to leave for a sec. Enter, send, run back upstairs, get to the door, see a little note. Sliding door shuts outside. Unlock the door, open, pick up the note. Driver drives away.
Oh,
Delivery. And I'm
Yeah.
like, and then I see him turn into like the side street there.
Yeah.
Like, oh, awesome. So I walk downstairs. The guy reverses as I'm doing this.
Yeah.
Starts coming out. I get down the stairs. I'm like, okay, cool. He's going to at least head check. He'll be able to see me waving. Asshole staring at his phone, pulls out. Are you kidding me?
God, I hate when people are on their phone when they're driving. So, especially in like a business or company car or something.
Do you know, like, surely you've missed a delivery before, right?
Yeah.
Australia Post or Star Trek in this case didn't not like pansy little knock.
Yeah.
Don't wait longer than 2 seconds. They
You did
knock
run
and
up
leave.
and down and up and down and up and down and up and down the stairs. But they are pretty quick.
He would have been able to hear me through the garage.
Yeah.
Like knock on the.
Yeah. Why
And-
didn't you go to the garage?
I didn't think about it. Hey,
Yeah, okay.
that was dumb. But anyway, the fact is, I missed the delivery, and
Yeah.
then he didn't head check, and then I'm standing there like, just in case he looks in his
Yeah.
mirror, nothing
And he's on the phone.
on the phone.
That's the worst. I get Coles home delivery because I'm lazy and don't like going into shops.
Of course.
And they are sneaky. Like I always put signed delivery that I will be home. They don't make you sign anymore because of COVID. But at least I always select there's either signed delivery or unattended.
Yeah.
I always pick signed so they'll at least knock or something.
Yeah.
And so often they don't. And like, I don't know how they stealth drop like 10 bags
Yeah.
in front of my door. And it's always in front of my door, blocking the exit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and no knock, no nothing. So I'm like, oh, shopping was due around now. Peep outside. Yep, there it is. Oh, I hate it.
To be fair, you're on the 3rd level of an apartment complex.
Knock.
And assholes like
Yeah.
up the stairs, 7 flights of stairs,
Yeah.
and you go, didn't even knock.
Yeah.
The guy probably collapsed as he got to the top, crawled the bags,
Well,
and then like slipped down the bottom.
the other week, a few weeks ago, we had my lady friend over.
Yeah.
I was in the bathroom or something when the delivery came.
Yeah.
He brought one of the bags up and said, I can't carry the rest of the bags up the stairs. You have to come and get it.
What?
Yeah. And so she had to go down and get the other bags. Like, if I'd have been there, like, because I was in the bathroom, I'd have been like, mate, you're the first person to not carry the shopping up. Like, if an old woman, frail woman opened the door, do you reckon be like, come on, granny.
Come on.
Down you get.
It's his job.
Yeah, I know.
It's his job. If let's say your lady friend were to go downstairs, pick up the shopping bag, and trip up the stairs,
That's not his responsibility.
well, it is, because his responsibility is to carry the bags up, and he doesn't know her circumstances.
Yeah.
He could have made a crippled person go downstairs and do that without knowing the circumstances,
Yeah.
and as a result, he failed to do his job. It's an insurance thing.
And-
He's covered.
I get being on the top floor of an apartment block that I'm one of the more annoying houses to deliver to. Not
Don't
just
care.
the Coles thing, all the service delivery guys.
Yeah.
Like, I got a delivery the other day, just my fidget spinners, and I knew I wasn't going to be there for it. Sometimes they send you a text message in the morning, are you going to be there or not?
Yeah.
And you say yes or no or whatever. They didn't this time. They're like, he'll be there. Sorry guys, I won't be.
Actually, no, I'm waiting on like 1 million deliveries
Yeah, cool.
because I got my iPad.
Yeah.
But one of the really annoying things, it's just inhaled like a mountain of air.
Yeah.
All of a sudden decided to burp in between, or like, it's not even a burp, it's just like a bubble between each word.
Oh yeah, they're all. Yeah. Yep.
The ones that I really hate. So I ordered something online, paid for it, waiting on delivery, still hasn't arrived. So I'm like, actually, turns out the product is wrong. So I email the company. I'm like, look, hey, I haven't gotten this product yet. I know it has just been sent out for delivery. It's gone from one place to a depot. Can we just refund it and they send it back to you? They're like, no, because it's in transit, it can't go back. You need to decide and you will pay for the shipping at your own expense.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Yeah.
I mean, like, it's not even, it's like left your depot. It's still at the post office. It's still in that transit. They haven't even given me an update on it. It's probably lost in transit.
Yeah.
I should send them another email and just be like, nah, it hasn't shown up. You need to refund it right now.
Amazon's actually really good with that stuff.
I love Amazon for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Nothing like making the richest person richer.
You know what, though?
Second richest?
I don't
He's
know.
up there. One of them. It doesn't.
Apparently he lost
doesn't
a lot of
matter.
money in something recently as well.
Yeah.
I ended up ordering a comic, Batman. And it was just taking too long. It was like start of COVID. So when everyone decided, can't buy toilet paper, I'll buy everything else.
Yeah.
So they were ordering everything online. I ended up ordering this comic and it was like 3 weeks. I was like, look, I really just want to read this. I'm just going to buy it from a local shop. I'll pick it up. I'll cancel that order. So I sent this thing being like, look, I haven't gotten it. And they're like, sorry, okay, that's fine. Cancelled the order, gave me the refund. I went and bought the new book. A week later, the comic showed back. So now I got 2 of this Batman comic.
Yeah.
And I didn't know what to do, so I got a comic.
Well, I had Amazon ordered a bunch of connector pins. Amazon cancelled one. They're like, this is taking too long. It's obviously not arriving. We're cancelling it for you. It's like, okay. Can I try order it again? Yep. Ordered again. Both of them arrived. Okay.
It was like a glitch. It's like the stuck bag in a vending machine, and you order another bag and you get both of them. Like
the
the
chips.
spiral comes down and then pushes against the glass, so you buy something here and it.
Yeah.
Got them.
Score.
Yeah, chips. All right, let's move on to news.
We have some newses. Okay. A Brisbane woman with a completely unpronounceable name, Ramura Anahara Alexander.
I find that offensive that you can't name that.
Yeah, we're going to call her Alex for the rest of the story.
Okay.
She attempted to poison her flatmates after a fight over a cat. Several cats. Kittens. So this one housemate, Alex, got a bunch of kittens in the house.
Yeah.
And one of their housemates was scratched by one of the kittens.
Yeah.
Which started a big argument between her and her other 2 flatmates.
Yeah.
Alex ended up scratching the other flatmate, the one that didn't get scratched yet, because of this heated argument.
Now we're all fucking scratched.
Yeah. And then went out to slash the other roommate's tyres on his car.
Yeah.
So he went to the police station to report everything that just happened. Got home, the other 2 tyres are let down. And then, the police came and everything. Alex ended up admitting that she put insect repellent into the flatmates' milk and yogurt.
Oh.
Saying that she hoped they would die. Neither of the flatmates did consume the milk or yogurt.
Queenslander?
Yeah. Queenslander.
That's so crazy that that's happening in Australia.
Pretty standard for a Queensland, I think.
I have been hearing some crazy shit up there.
Yeah.
How do you get to a point where you're gonna poison you? What happens if they do die and you're then left with these 2 bodies going, oh.
Well, the kittens would eat the bodies.
Oh, kitten.
Yeah. I can't, I don't know what the argument would have been like. I don't know.
You just can't, you're not going to have that battle. I've never been in a point of an argument with anyone, especially over kittens.
Like, I'm going to attack you.
I'm going to actually physically, surely this lady's in prison now.
Well, they're getting a psych evaluated and all that kind of stuff. It's still in the courts.
It's so wild.
She's clearly insane.
Yeah. Trying to poison someone. Physical harm or any sorts of any kind towards another being is like a huge sign of just put him away.
Yeah.
Although, do you believe that prison should be used as a...
Rehabilitation.
Yeah, rehabilitation.
It's supposed to be rehabilitation.
Or do you think it should be punishment?
Well, it's a bit of both. It is a punishment.
Mm-hmm.
Don't do that. That's naughty.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to put you away until you can be rehabilitated and don't be like that anymore.
Yep.
But the problem is so many people see it more as a vengeance than anything else.
Yeah.
Like putting them in prison, that's them getting vengeance on the person. It shouldn't be about the person who was attacked or it's not about the person who's they're going to prison for. It's about the person who's going to prison. It shouldn't...
Well, yeah, it should not be... justice is important.
Yeah.
Justice being served on the people who were affected should be important. But...
Yeah, but what...
if you're a human being, you should be treated as an equal human being, not you were bad, you were good, so you go away. It should be you go away because... like a naughty corner.
Yeah.
But also... thinking space.
The person who was attacked doesn't get anything from the amount of time the person goes into prison. There might be that relief, they're away, they can't attack me, and that kind of thing.
Mm.
But there's also a million other ways around that. Like, don't go near them. Don't provoke them. I don't know. Anyway, yeah,
I
it's
think rehabilitation isn't a huge it's. I've been watching this thing called DAP,
yeah,
Dads Against Predators.
yeah,
It's been going. It started at the start of 2020,
yeah.
and they're up to 170 something
Psychopaths.
predators who they get on like apps like Grinder, Whisper, Twitter, all of that, and start messaging these males. And they're like, yeah, I'm 13 years old. And then
Yeah.
they meet them in a public place.
Yeah,
And they're like, they walk through the streets and they start screaming, this man was here to meet a 13-year-old boy.
yeah,
And it's really really embarrassing. And a lot of it, I see them and I'm like, good. But at the
Yeah.
same time, I'm like, there was one that I saw that I'm like, this guy genuinely made a mistake. Like you can feel it through the body language, the way he expressed the remorse, but
Yeah.
also like, whoa, I had no idea. There's
How would it? Yeah. Anyway. Yeah.
you know, a lot of them that you watch, they're like, you got me, sorry. And then others commit suicide.
Yeah, you would.
Like, because, one of them I watched the other day was like, he's like, so what do we do here? You've obviously caught me.
Mm.
Are you trying to help me? They're like, nah, man, I'm here to ruin your life. That's
Yeah.
it.
That's the thing, because they are people that need help. They're not like, oh, I'm going to choose to be into little kids.
Yeah,
They're
like
there's
it's
something
obviously sick.
wrong with them.
It's
There's-
obviously sick, but there
Yeah.
is something there that is like if someone is mentally ill, you don't go and just like, fuck that weirdo. Get rid of that sad boy.
Well, you do. You avoid them. You don't go near them.
I'm a nice guy.
No, you see
I'm
a
a nice
crazy
guy.
person, you go in the other.
Well,
direction.
crazy's crazy. I
Yeah.
don't go near crazy.
Yeah.
But I'm all for support. I'm just an empathetic guy, I think.
Yeah.
Not that I empathize towards pedos. I don't think that's okay, but I do empathize that that's a person who has an illness who doesn't know how to get help.
Yeah. Well, it's like Mark Norman's joke. We were going to bring that up on every episode, I think. How he's,
Well, I do love Mark Norman.
he's like, when I was a little kid, I loved grapefruit juice. As an adult, I still love grapefruit juice, but I also love red wine. When I was a kid, I loved, the 6-year-old girl in my classroom.
Yeah.
Now that I'm adult, I only love adult women. Oh, so close. So close. That was so close.
Could have been any of us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
could happen to anyone, yeah. But it's a horrible thing that these people have to do, because they obviously know it's wrong, because they go into hiding about it and they keep it a secret. And
They
all that
know
kind
it's
of thing.
illegal. They know they have to keep it under wraps, and they even some of the excuses they come up with, they're like, I asked her like 17 times. She said yes every time. It's like, yeah, it's
Yeah.
a 14-year-old.
Yeah, it's
Doesn't matter.
yeah, it's an awful thing. I don't know. It's not something either of us have to deal with being.
Being or
Yeah, and we do have kids, so it's a thing that you do worry about a little bit in that respect.
yeah.
But yeah, speaking on the DAP guys, the guy in Perth who does the exact same thing,
Oh, you say?
this methy guy. But what he does is he bribes them. He blackmails them. So you pay me X amount every month to keep my mouth shut while I'm putting this video on YouTube. Which, the shitty thing about that is, so he does have a bunch of, I don't know if they're on YouTube or where he posts the videos, but there's a bunch of videos of him catching up predators, which means he's got a bunch of videos. He's got a bunch of pedophiles under his name, paying him every month to keep his mouth shut. He's effectively protecting predators now.
Do you think those predators are still doing stuff though?
I don't know, and he probably doesn't know either. He's just getting the money from him.
Yeah, no, you can't.
And
I mean, that's the same sort of deal as like a drug dealer to an extent. You know, like someone's gonna like this person's gonna buy him anyway. I'm just selling it.
what's he selling? Their protection.
Well, no, but what I'm saying is like a drug dealer's excuse for selling drugs is the person who wants the drugs is going to find the drugs somewhere. I'm
Yeah.
just one of these people that they're going to buy from,
Yeah.
regardless. So a pedophile is still going to do the act. He's just making the money from it, regardless.
Yeah. There are a lot of non-practicing ones as well who just like trying to live normal lives and just want to kill themselves every day because they can't do this stuff. This should have been a bonus episode topic. Very grim episode already.
I don't know.
But it is, yeah, it is a thing that exists. And like a lot of the non-practicing ones, like they can't even get help. There's nowhere really to get help because anywhere they go kind of outs them for what they are. They like sometimes they build support groups and stuff for these people and things that they can do to, you know, not get into their stuff and try and, you know, keep their head clear and keep them from practicing. And all of those groups, like, they get hacked and all their names leaked and all that and all their information out there so that they can't even get help if they wanted to because they just get hunted down. So they just stay in secret and just
the whole thing. I saw another person saying that like back in the day when the internet wasn't around, the rules were if you sent an image or a file of photographs to someone else of younger children in that way, that was like a huge lifetime sentence. And this
it's still a huge
it
thing.
It is. It should always be a thing.
Yeah, like
but
if you
now,
get caught-
because it's the click of a button, this lady wanted to reduce the sentence, and the main judge guy was like, "No, because we want to keep this as high as possible. Because whether it's a click of a button or anything, you're still sending those pictures.
Yeah.
You need to be aware that this is the worst crime. These are victims.
Yeah.
This is not like there should be no breathing space on this."
Yeah.
Like, all he did was click a button. No, he fucking sent some horrific things.
Yeah.
Some really, really damaging images.
Yep. And by clicking the button is supporting the industry that's keeping
Absolutely.
that going. Yeah.
Sick.
Anyway.
Dad versus dad, huh? Dad's versus peds.
How about a lighter topic?
Something local. All right, here we go. So
This better be a fun one.
So I do still have the article somewhere. Oh, look at me. I'm like an old dad with articles. Oh, it's in here somewhere.
Yeah. I thought you were just going to take notes.
No, I did. Anyway, so I read an article that they were looking at doing something a while ago, Andrew Barr, so it is an ACT one.
Yeah.
They wanted to revamp Telstra Tower.
Right. They already have. They made it colourful.
Well, no, more so the fact that like Telstra Tower is this main iconic thing in Canberra.
Yeah.
I love that building.
Yeah, it's cool.
Because ever since, even when I was a kid, it was like you could see it and you're like, this is home.
Yeah.
It was always like this place, like driving back from grandma's or something, you'd see it in the sky and just like, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I remember being up in Queensland, like, can I see Black Mountain Tower?
Yeah.
But it was that whole thing of like, it's this big iconic thing. It's the most exciting part of Canberra to me. And there's nothing there. Like the restaurant closed down.
Yeah.
The, like there is the museum downstairs, but even that could do with a revamp.
And the viewing gallery.
Oh, like going up and viewing. Yeah. But I mean, for a building like that, really, it should be booming.
It is a telecommunications tower. it doesn't really need to do anything besides that. And it can just be an iconic thing that you see in the sky. You don't have to visit it and have stuff
But
there.
why like even the rotating restaurant?
Probably wasn't making any money.
You know what?
But that was cool though. Have you been there?
I haven't.
Oh, it's awesome.
Do you reckon they closed it down because people were getting too like motion sickness? Sitting there, they're like, ugh.
Maybe. I don't know.
You know what would be great? Because one of the things that they were talking about was like offering the public ideas on what they should put there, and someone's like, "Oh, zip down to the bottom." Fuck off. They should build a dry cleaner for all the people who spew up the top.
Yeah.
What would you put if you had to put like a building there or like something there?
Inside it?
Yeah.
Oh. I reckon a flying box from the top to the bottom.
You?
No.
You mean the zip line?
Yeah.
Sort of.
No, I don't know. Maybe just put the restaurant back up. That was great.
That's great. I
Make it
reckon they
better.
should put a flip out in.
Nah.
Like a trampoline room.
No.
So like you're jumping along, all of a sudden you look down.
Well, okay. Maybe a glass floor thing. No. Well, because it is at the top of a mountain. Like,
I'm terrified of heights.
yeah.
Terrified to the like. I watch a movie with heights and I'm like, ooh.
Yeah.
The nuts go up into my stomach.
Heights are pretty good.
Nah.
Maybe a thing. No, I don't go. Whatever. No, and again, no. I think get rid of the museum. Get rid of everything. It's just an iconic thing that you could see from far away. Everywhere in Canberra, you could see it. That's all it does. You could see it.
And then a light beaming to the sky.
No, it doesn't need it. It's tall enough. You see it anyway. What's your fun idea? What are you going to put in there?
A flip out.
A flip out. Yeah, okay. That was a lame idea.
That'd be sick.
No. Why would it be sick? I just, like, there's a flip out anyway. Like, flip outs have walls
You
and
don't
stuff.
think so? I think
You mean a flip out without walls or with see-through trampolines?
see-through trampolines. Have you watched the making of video of Black Mountain Tower?
No.
It's great.
Okay.
Like the structural ideas that they used was like brilliant.
I'm interested now. I genuinely want to
Gotta
see
wonder how that thing was built because it's huge,
that. Yeah.
and it's. I think I can't remember how deep it is into that mountain. I think it was like 30 meters down.
Okay.
Because you've got to counteract that height.
How high is it?
Don't know.
Yeah.
I haven't watched the video for a while.
I feel like the 30-meter fact would be more interesting if we knew how tall it was too.
20 meters high. Just very top heavy.
Is that it? Yeah.
But I think that's one of the coolest buildings in Canberra.
Yeah.
And it's always been around and always, like it's, to me, actually the coolest tattoo I've ever seen was Black Mountain Tower with Welcome to Paradise.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's homage to Canberra and Green Day. And I was, oh, yes.
I do love that, yeah. You're so unpatriotic, but you love Canberra. Like that, yeah, Canberra. You probably fight a war for Canberra. Fight
yeah.
the rest of Australia versus Canberra.
I do all the time.
Yeah.
When people are like, why don't you go for New South Wales in state of origin?
Not
Because
from
I'm
there.
not part of
Yeah,
New South Wales.
I hate when they like include us in New South Wales. We're not New South
How
Wales.
dare
man.
you?
Get out of here.
You didn't involve us in Sydney.
What?
We're not you guys.
Yeah, we're better than them.
And then the rest of the world is like, capital of Australia is Sydney. No, it's not. We are.
Yeah.
You stupid.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, we're the best.
Yeah, we are the best. And we're all very arrogant. I think that's another thing about Canberrans. We're like, even my partner, we'll go anywhere. We went to Queensland and she was making jokes. It's like, yeah, we're from Canberra. We're better than you.
Yeah. There is an arrogance amongst everyone who likes it here. People who hate it here are the biggest losers, and a lot of them do, especially younger people. They all hate it. Can't wait to get out of here. It's like, good, get out of here.
Yeah.
Scram.
Yeah. You're bumming it out for the rest of us who love it.
Well, yeah, let us enjoy it.
Yeah. You go be depressed elsewhere.
Yeah.
Although I've met people who have moved away and continue to move back, and then still whinge about it. Like, fuck off.
Yeah, why did they come?
Go away.
Why? I don't understand why. Is it impossible to live anywhere else? It's not like it's more expensive. Like, it's cheaper in Melbourne.
Yeah, maybe. To be honest, there's like everywhere else in Australia that I've been, I've loved every city.
Yeah.
I really loved it. But
Yeah.
I love it as a place to visit. I think Canberra just has this like, it's such a good place.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's like, it's city size, but very country vibes.
I think the only other city that I would probably move to would be Adelaide because of the size.
Yeah.
And it's very similar to Canberra.
Mine would be either Hobart or Launceston.
See, I haven't been to
Which
Tassie.
is the northern one? I think Hobart.
Hobart's
No,
centre,
Launceston's
isn't
the
it?
northern one. Hobart's south.
Yeah, okay.
I prefer Hobart. Hobart's like a mini Canberra.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Way more meth though. And Hobart is like a mini Melbourne. It's like trying to be like artsy fartsy, but it's tiny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Adelaide has a little bit of that whole, like, the side streets have restaurants in it. And, like,
Yeah.
oh, we did go to a pancake parlour, and it was the rudest service I've ever had. Like, they just come out, put the plates down, and walk away. Like, fuck. I'm also a big sucker for like great customer service. If we go through a drive-through anywhere and they smile, I'm like, man, I would hire that kid.
Yeah.
Like, if I had a business, that's the kind of smile that I would like serving my people.
When we were in England, this one restaurant at the hotel, we had like the rudest, snootiest waiter. Like, he kind of like, my ex asked for like a whiskey or something
Yeah.
before dinner, and he's like, a whiskey before dinner? It's like, oh, maybe I'll just have a, whatever else she had instead. Like, she was like bullied into
Oh,
having this other drink.
no.
Like, he's like, yeah, I think so. Like, it's really. Oh.
Was he joking?
No, he was like, really. Oh, how dare you? Like, I'm proper and stuff. It was really like, we thought it was funny. Like, we laughed
Hangs
about
out with
it
the
'cause-
Queen on the weekend.
Yeah. Like, I loved how snooty he was. It was great.
I kind of love a bit of, like, dickishness to people.
Yeah.
Like, I think, like, I would hate to be in that position to actually genuinely know that person. But, like, if I see it every now and then, I kind of like, whoa,
Yeah.
what's happening?
Yeah. It's pretty awesome.
Like an adventure in just an everyday life thing.
Yeah.
I think that's why we're all a little bit different.
I used to do that quite a bit at work. Just a bit of
What, snootiness?
arrogance, wankness
You want this
about
DVD.
things. Yeah.
You know this was made by white men.
Yeah, that's the way you go. Okay, so that was some news.
Hold on.
Whoa, more news.
Yeah. And this one I find, this is kind of daddish, so I think it's fun.
We're an hour in.
Yeah, but we had the domestic upstairs.
Yeah.
We had the
Yeah,
pre-show,
yeah.
so we're schmick in. So, I saw another one,
Another one.
another article, and it was a discussion online about how there were disrespectful kids mucking around during the dawn service.
Yeah.
Now, I don't like kids misbehaving in public generally.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can't help it.
Yeah.
Dawn service, probably the worst place your kids could be.
Yeah. Yeah. For a non-church person. Otherwise, it's probably church.
You reckon kids misbehaving in church was be?
I don't know. They're both bad.
I don't know.
Probably.
I think. Anyway, the
Anyway.
discussion was they were trying to ban kids that would misbehave at the dawn service, and I mean it is probably one of the worst places to misbehave,
Yeah.
considering there are still people who are grieving the loss of family members through
Yeah.
wars and things like that. A lot of people lost their friends, family members, or partners, whatever.
Yeah.
So,
You being patriotic, caring
ah,
about things,
no, I'm not.
empathizing with
I'm
soldiers.
I'm empathizing.
No, I get. Yeah.
I'm a nice guy.
Yeah.
But I also remember being a kid at the dawn service, a little bit
Bored
older,
out of our brains.
bored.
Yeah.
Like I didn't get it, and
Yeah.
I remember the one that I do remember was we went there, and I was bored the whole time, just tired. We woke up stupid
Yeah.
early to go stand at this thing, and we're going like, oh, it's almost done, and they started doing the last trumpet,
Yeah.
and the guy starts speaking, and he does the speech, and he's like, we will remember them unless we forget. And like, it's obviously lest we forget, but in my head I heard, did he just say unless they forget? And we, both me and you, were like heads down, laughing our heads off.
Yeah.
But how is that not like...
And that went on to become like standard thing you say in Dad's
Oh, yeah.
household. We will remember them unless we forget. That's just like the standard thing. And the thing, like, because when we were introduced to it as kids, it wasn't like, oh, it's a serious thing and it's like all this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
Because it's Dad's birthday as well. So
Yeah.
he's like, they're all marching for me. It's my birthday.
Good on him, Dad!
So that was his thing. So, like, I don't think the serious of it and everything weighed on us until a lot later.
Yeah, and I mean, even now, again, like, I don't know too many people who have been in wars, or I've never lost any family members or anyone
Yeah.
through the army.
Yeah.
So for me, it's like, I don't really... I can't really empathize with someone who's been in that situation, but I can say I wouldn't involve my kids in it because they don't get it either.
Yeah, kids.
But it's a full respect thing.
Yeah.
You know, you do it because you know that there's people there that have dealt with shit.
Yeah, and because you can't just, like, to get, to understand the seriousness of it for a kid, you need to really understand how terrifying war really is and
Yeah.
all that kind of thing.
Yep.
And the horrible experiences they go through. Like, you have to make your kid watch Saving Private Ryan. Like, that's real kind of thing. And then they'll understand, oh, okay, no, but that's, like...
Yeah, I think the closest I'd gotten to anything was playing Conker's Bad Fur Day in the beach scene. And then I'm like,
God, that game was good, though.
Yeah, it was good.
But yeah, it's not... Look, kids can't get the seriousness of it, really. Even if you say, like, oh, so many people died and stuff, it's not something they can truly understand properly without getting too graphic with them.
Like, I definitely... I respect it a lot.
Yeah.
I have a lot of respect for it, but I don't understand it, and I can't express that to the kids. Like, I remember Opie was like, I want to grow up and go into the army. Like, I want to go and do the frontline stuff. And I'm like, you could be a mechanic. You can fix the cars in the army.
I offer alternatives. Maybe he wants to...
I'm like, look, you don't need to die for the country. Like...
But he can. Some people like to sign that check.
I don't know. Again, I don't get it.
My body for my country.
My body for Canberra.
Yeah.
Hey?
That's what people do. It's like, they just want to protect everyone and everything around them. It's like, yes, we do have an army already. People do have to feel that. Like, it's not...
Yeah.
And like, we're not often in situations where we do need to protect it. Like,
but we also don't know a lot. Like, as standard everyday civilians, we are not privy to anything that's happening. Even the stuff in Ukraine and Russia at the moment, where like we see public news, but so does everybody else. And then there's like the security levels that are like, hey, did you know that Russia actually said this about Ukraine? Like, we don't know.
Yeah.
We don't know who's saying what. We don't know the real reason for the war. We don't understand anything.
Well, they could be preparing for war with us.
They could be bloody making us sandwiches and shipping them over.
They could be doing that.
They could be really sweet about it, but we don't know. That's all I'm saying. I remember our other brother was working at one of the buildings in Canberra here.
Yeah.
And when you entered that, you weren't allowed to take your phone in at all.
Yeah.
Because it's all top secret security, sneaky bee stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wild.
Sneaky bees.
Eh?
Yep.
Hey.
Ugh. Need another mother.
I'm putting you to sleep.
Oh, those stories, Kev. Oh, they weren't bad. All right,
we got a challenge. So
we've done a challenge already today.
Yep. So we're just going to roll some footage. That's what's going to happen here.
We are, you'll see us playing. Who? We're playing Dad. It's like horse.
We are playing, yeah.
But instead of getting horse, we just had to get DAD because we weren't going to get things. And usually you shoot until one of you misses.
Yeah.
Because we missed every shot. It was
until you get it.
So we'll play the clip here.
Yep.
For all the patrons, you can see that.
If not, you can watch it on YouTube. I'll put the link in the.
I'll put the link in the description for
Thanks.
the YouTube cut for all the listeners.
Playing some hoops in Gunners.
Oh, there is a microphone on there.
Yeah, there is. So playing some hoops in Gungarlin.
Yep.
And think it's going to go well.
You think it's going to go well?
Hoop shootout.
Popping helps.
Rock, paper, scissors to decide who's first. Okay. There we go. Done. Ah. Terrible. Oh. Oh, come on.
Got the video. It's full daylight when we start the next shot, like night time.
Hey, I'm a D.
Yeah.
Big shot. Oh.
Thank you.
Nope. Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
This is the one.
Yeah, we just have to be serious.
Ah. Oh. Hey. Ah, shotgun. Oh.
Was that in?
Yeah, that was in. Does that make me a dad?
Yeah. We should maybe match this.
No, that's it. I'm a dad.
You're done. We should get the more on camera so the camera can see that.
I am the winner.
Kevin won.
I'm the winner. All right. That'll do. And that's right.
Congratulations, Kevin.
It's been like, I got a gate, finally.
It's been forever since you've won.
Ah.
You are the best dad and the best at basketball.
Thanks.
Although, as you can see from the video, we are not good at basketball.
I'll tell you what, I was at least shooting. You were just throwing. You just lobbed the ball.
Yeah.
Hope that goes in.
I still got it in almost as many times as you did. It was close.
You did get DA.
Yeah. It was one-off winning.
Yeah, it wasn't good though.
Yeah.
I mean,
I wouldn't say yours was great either.
I
mean, you missed almost as many times as I did.
I looked really good shooting though.
I don't think you did. You at least had the Celtics thing on.
That's it.
Which, if anything, made you look worse because you're like, yeah, I'm a pro basketballer, but can shoot as bad as his dad in a jumper.
Walker doesn't play for Celtics anymore.
Yeah, okay.
I was channeling Walker from Celtics and he's not even there.
Yeah. Anyway, next week will be our last different challenge. We are bringing the debates back next week.
Yeah.
So that'll be fun.
Yeah.
Battle of the brains.
I mean, look, if you have any suggestions on what you want us to do, like suggestions on challenges, I mean, I would love to win more.
We're open to suggestions because we're completely out of ideas.
Jeremy is really bad at athletic things.
However,
apart from planking, he's pretty good at...
I won the plank and almost won the basketball one.
I want to talk about... I've got to practice a lot of things now. I do want to talk about last week's challenge.
Yeah.
Because I genuinely think I probably could have won that, but you got into my head. You really did.
You were giggling too much.
I was giggling, and you were like, oh, my arms are locked into place. I mean, even if I lose, I'm not going to drop.
Yeah.
Like, in my head, I'm like, I'm dying.
It had to be a mind game because I couldn't have won any other way. Although, when you did fall, I could have gone quite a lot longer. So I don't know if you could have gone a lot longer if I wasn't in your head, but
I'll tell you what. You know how I was saying that I was feeling it in my back?
Yes.
So I must have been like just not doing it right.
Yeah, I thought that sounds wrong.
It aches. Yeah. Anyway, so you know how like it's day 1 is generally okay after a workout or an exercise. Day 2 is the one that like kill me. I wish I were dead. So day 2 was when I got really sick.
After a minute plank.
Oh,
but you were actually sick.
I was sick.
Yeah.
So I was coughing a lot. And every time I'd cough, the muscles in my back would spasm.
Oh, no.
And
oh, that's awful.
And I was like, I was talking to Ellie and I'm like, did this happen to you? And she's like, no. I'm like, I think I'm dying.
Oh dear.
Yeah, that killed me. That was no good.
Yep.
So yes, I do want to do more athletic things. I think they are like, I do like the word challenges and the competing and the debates.
Yep.
I'd love to continue those, but every now and then I think we should throw in a little push up.
Yeah. Well, we did want to have monthly physical challenges as well. Like the tire change was a physical one.
Mm-hmm.
This month has been a series of different ones because of our weird schedules.
Yeah, we can't post on the right days.
Yeah, but
it's a posting issue.
Next fortnight, back on track. So next week will be a debate.
Yep.
And it will be decided what we're going to do later. Kevin will decide because he's behind in the Dad of the Weeks. So he gets to choose what he thinks he can win.
Yeah, I am.
And you can choose a physical challenge next week. So you could choose both of those things to try and get even with me.
Now, last week you said, in fact, you told me earlier today that you tried a push-up.
Yeah. You know what? If you call push-ups next week, we can do push-ups.
You know what's probably going to happen?
What?
I'll be like, we're going to do push-ups next week. and during the week I'll stack my scooter or something and break my wrist, you naturally win.
I am going to practice because I did try before the plank challenge. I did try a push up a few days before that. I really could only do one.
How are you doing your push-ups? What are you doing? Like,
maybe I'm going too low. Yeah, and how low do your push-ups go?
till my belly touches the ground.
Oh, see, because my belly doesn't get quite as in the way, so my nose almost touches the ground.
Oh yeah, no, what, about there? Like I make it count.
Yeah, okay, yeah, no, and then tried one the other day. Did one. I thought, I don't know if I can do two, and my wrist hurt the whole next day.
Yeah.
And you reckon you can do like 20?
I can do. I think the most I've done consecutively is 20.
Okay. When was the last time you did them?
Maybe 2 months.
Okay.
Like, yeah, it would have been the start of the year.
All right. Well, okay. So push-up challenge?
Yeah, next week.
Okay.
Oh,
so you need to decide now if you're going to be training until then, or if you save yourself so that you're not too sore for it.
I might do
tricky
a smaller amount for the start of the week.
Yeah.
So like I might maybe tomorrow I'll do 10.
Yeah.
And see how I feel after the next day, and because I can burn myself for a week. Yeah. I'll do 20 push-ups and like not be able to push on. Actually, that's one thing that I did. So like 2 years ago when I just started working out, hadn't done any exercise at all.
Yeah.
Started doing push-ups, started doing all sorts of things. And then I remember going to work and the doors were super heavy and like, I couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
I think I've hurt myself.
Well worth it to get it out of the week. And then we'll work out what the debate is as well. We did have an email.
All right, so we do have this email. Do you want me to read it? You're happy with me? This is from our patron, Stacey. Thank you very much for sending it in, Stacey.
Thank you, and thank you for being a patron.
Thank you, yes. So hi guys, just wanted to share a story with you. It was 2003 or 2004 when I was about 12 or 13, and I asked my mum for a new bike for Christmas so I could get to school, and thankfully my mum said yes. Given I was at an age where I needed a more sturdy, decent quality bike, not a cheap one, we went shopping at a real proper bike store before Santa Day. We took my uncle with me for a bit of extra guidance because he knew more about bikes in general than Mum and I did. I picked a really cool shiny red bike because everyone knows red goes faster. But we couldn't fit it in the car, so my uncle had to take it home and said he would bring it to our house in time for Christmas morning. Fast forward a few days and I come home from school. The spare room door is closed and sticky taped shut. I asked Mum what was going on and she told me that my uncle had brought a bike over, but I wasn't allowed to see it until Christmas Day, so that it felt like more of a surprise. Ooh. Obviously, this only made me want it more, but I firmly resisted the urge to carefully peel the tape back in the dead of night and sneak a peek at my new wheels. Mum was even clever enough to close the blinds so I couldn't see from the outside. I see she checked that.
Clever kid.
A few weeks later, the big day arrives. It's Christmas and I am finally allowed to have my new bike. I wake up early in anticipation and wait for Mum to get up. I wait patiently while she has her morning coffee, while asking repeatedly, is it time yet? I always hated having to wait that bit. No, we just go on, do it.
Yeah.
She replies with, your uncle helped us pick it out and he wants to be here when you get it, which seemed like a reasonable request. Fair enough.
Yeah.
After what seemed like hours of waiting and begging Mum to let me open the door, we see my uncle's car pull in the driveway and she finally says, okay, open it. So of course I ripped the tape off with such enthusiasm the paint came off the door frame with it. I flung the door open as wide as I could and no bike. What a bitch. Mum! The room was empty. I looked back at Mum with a look of utmost shock and disappointment on my face, and she was absolutely lost and laughing at the hilarious prank she had just pulled. I catch a peek out the window of my uncle unloading my new bike out the back of his car. He'd had it the whole time. Naturally, I raced outside to look at my new ride and take it for a spin right away, and boy was it worth the wait. To this day, my mum still claims this to be her finest moment as a parent. Looking back now, I can see the funny side, but I think it's the reason I have trust issues.
That'll do it.
Thank you, Stacey.
So many parents love that, like, oh, I'm going to disappoint my kids so much. I don't get, like, Mum pulled a similar prank on our brother once. There was a prize on the TV with rice bubbles. You could win these biker mice toys. Biker mice.
How sick were biker mice? Yeah.
But if you poured milk on your rice bubbles and it all turned green, then that means you had a prize box and you won a bunch of whatever toys. And Mum and Dad put a bit of green dye in the bottom of one of his bowls of cereal one morning. So when he poured it, he thought he won the big biker mice prize. And then like, oh no, you didn't. And this didn't even have the turnaround like with the bike.
Hey,
like,
you got the bike.
This
no.
is just like
disappointment.
You idiot. You fell for it.
You absolute piece of shit. How dumb are you? No, you didn't win.
Do you ever, or are you planning on any pranks on your kids?
Not that I can think of. I mean, there's like the general. We just joke around all the time. Do this, I'll break your legs.
Although, can I have the snack we just bought? No, of course not. Yeah. Like, it's
gotcha.
like an immediate turnaround before disappointment sets in.
See, my oldest he's got his phone now because he travel from school and whatnot. But he's at a point where he'll send me a message. Hey Dad, can I get this phone? I'm like, he's like, can I get Angry Birds? I'm like, no, too violent. Of course you can. That's good.
That's great.
I do love the whole like I'm gonna fucking get you. You just have it.
Yeah.
I love that stuff.
Yeah.
I don't think there's been a time that I've really pranked my kids though. The best one, Ellie did it.
Yeah.
So she bought a whoopee cushion.
Yeah.
And I was like, guys, I'm really sorry she at first she pranked me. She came into my office while I was working and I'm like, I turned around, hey, how you going? What's going on? She started a general conversation, sat down and sat on it and we both just died.
Yeah.
It was the funniest thing ever. Anyway, I warned the kids before they sat down and I'm like, guys, I just need to let you know, Ellie has a bit of a problem at the moment and it's going to sound really funny, but she can't stop farting. And, just if she does it, just don't laugh. Don't make any, she's really embarrassed about it.
Yeah.
And so Ellie sat down at the dinner table on the whoopee cushion and the kids died. Okay.
That's the best.
That's a good.
I've never thought to whoopee cushion yourself as the joke. Like usually you sneak it under other people, like in a fancy dinner. That person farted.
Well, yeah, but
no, that's a good.
Although they did on the Auntie Donna thing.
Oh yeah, with the Queen.
That was. I love that I made you watch all of that.
That was fun. I could never recommend that show to anyone. I don't know. I really can't pick who would enjoy that. Like a lot of it is unenjoyable. it's so silly and so dumb. But it does have a lot of moments that I laughed really hard at. And I can't remember what those moments were.
Even like how they get Jerry Seinfeld and it's not Jerry Seinfeld.
Was great. An
And
egg helm.
and the Wi-Fi password, like, did you change this to poo-poo? Oh, good. It
Yeah.
is top tier dumb comedy.
Yeah. Okay, you first then.
All right, let's do it. I am definitely up this week.
You were 135.7 last week.
Yep.
Right. Get your gear off.
Let's go.
Ooh. 137.3.
Oh, it has been a tough week.
That's what, 1.5? Okay, here we go. And you know what I realized as well? Last week, I was holding the microphone. That's got to be an extra 2 kilos. I'm going to put that down this time.
Oh, God. All right, let's do it. I can't believe that. That's insane.
And my last was 102.9.
Oh. $101.7. Well done.
So that is the lightest I've been since we started, I believe.
Yeah, well done.
101.7. That is a loss. 1.2. I've lost almost as much as you put on. What is it?
101.7, I think. If it's wrong, I'll fix it up on the thing. Well done.
Down 1.2. That's amazing. I've had so much KFC this week.
I've done dirty, rotten, unforgivable treats.
Oh, and
Oh, you better gate
I have
that.
a gate of fat.
Well done.
Yes. I'm the least fat dad in the world.
That's high. That's getting bad.
Well, yeah, because now you're close to the 140 mark.
Yeah, that's horrible.
Yeah. Well,
So I thought about it this morning. We've eaten terrible. In fact,
Yeah.
today I had like a pack of Tim Tams.
yeah.
It's really good, but I'm gonna try intermittent fasting. I think
Okay.
I'm at a stage where it's like I also eat terrible when I'm at home, like working from home,
Yeah.
because snacks are available.
Yeah.
Whereas when I'm at the office, I just pack the smallest possible lunch and only eat that
Yeah.
and starve myself all day. It's great. It's good.
Yep.
So if I just do a tiny lunch at work, don't eat breakfast, and just have dinner, I'll only technically be eating one meal a day. That's how I'll do it.
I'm sure you'll work it out.
I'm interested.
Yeah.
'Cause I think-
Otherwise, we can try and teach you appropriate portion control, and you eat
Well,
normal.
portion control actually hasn't been too bad. Actually, no, I lie. We had burritos, and I decided they were really good, so I had to do more burritos.
No.
But yes,
You know what I love about that now in my thought process?
yeah,
When I'm like, oh, that meal was so good.
yeah.
That's going to be the best lunches all week. Like,
Yeah.
I don't, like, as much as I want another one. Like, I never do seconds anymore. If I want more
Yeah.
food, I will break it up with something else. I'll have a yogurt, something completely not dinner, so that flavor's kind of
It's
done
gone.
away with. That's out of my
Yeah.
head.
And that's the thing. Like, it is really hard to just like. It's such a mind thing.
Yeah,
I know. Like, I can make every excuse under the sun. I know exactly what it is.
yeah,
It's not an excuse. I think it's just like I know I've got what I've got to do. It's just getting to that point.
yeah.
Disappointing. I'm upset with it.
And like what I do, like all of my things, it is all little tricks to avoid doing that. It's not having the snacks in the house, having to actually go and get them every time I want to have a snack.
Yeah.
And, tricks with the dinner, like not having seconds and instead having anything else so that flavor's gone and whatever. Just like basically tricking myself into
Not eating crap.
yeah.
Which is
But-
smart. Like, I mean, I eat in boredom
Yeah.
and convenience.
Have you tried chewing gum when you're bored?
No, because I hate gum.
Do it anyway. When you're bored, pop a Wrigley's. See how you go.
You know,
Because there is that thing like where
the chewing and yeah.
that's fun.
That's clever.
Yeah.
I might, yeah, I'll give that a go, actually.
Give it a go. Because that's the thing. Like, we don't have willpower. We have to trick ourselves into doing things.
But I was really good at quitting smoking. Like, I was awesome.
Oh, me too. I did it every week. I got amazing at it. Like, maybe every 2 weeks, quit smoking. Like, I'll be back on it again the next weekend. But every week I quit.
No, I legit went, day one I failed.
Yeah.
Day one of quitting smoking.
Yeah.
And I felt so guilty that every other day I was like, no, I'm not going to do that anymore.
Yeah.
But, and that was it.
Yeah.
I've had one drag of one cigarette at a mate's Bucks party, like 3 years later. I've quit for 5 years now.
Yeah. I don't know how long I've quit, but I'm pretty sure I quit before you did.
Yeah, you did.
And the way I did it was I stopped caring about quitting. Like, I stopped counting the days. I stopped counting the weeks. It wasn't I quit for this amount of time. It's just I'm not a smoker anymore. I didn't make any.
Yeah, okay.
I made it a non-event. It's just a thing that doesn't happen anymore.
Hey, do you think that thing that Dad has, the squirter, is just probably just as bad?
Well,
There's got to be
not-
some like
It's not
scientific
as
damage.
bad. It's still not good for you.
Yeah.
And he's still not quit nicotine.
Yeah.
He's been squirting for like 5 years or
That's
something.
insane.
That's the longest I've ever known anyone to be on a nicotine replacement thing. So that's fun.
If you were still putting patches on,
Yeah. But like, I mean, it's still
look,
it is
he's
better
not
than
inhaling. He's not. Yeah, he's
It
not
is better.
smoking.
smoking. But yeah, I quit, and I've sometimes because I remember when I first quit, it would be when you go to a party. Well, not all the times I've quit. You'd
Yeah.
go to a party, you'd have a couple of cigarettes, and the next day you'd go and buy a pack.
Yeah.
But it got to the point when I quit. Like, still sometimes when I was out at a party or whatever, if there was lots of people smoking, I'd still just smoke. And then the next day wouldn't feel like one at all. It's
Yeah.
just,
I guess I didn't go to a lot of parties when I was a smoker, but I did. I've had dreams lately where I'm like, buy a pack of smokes and like just smoke them, and I was like, oh, I'm not a smoker. No, I just have them, and then I'm like, oh crap, I'm a smoker again.
yeah.
And then I realize it's a dream, and I'm like, thank fuck. I don't like smoking. I actually loved smoking. I love the social aspect.
Yeah, and the little breaks in the day.
Yeah. But I like since quitting, you kind of just replace it with food. Okay, so if you like what we're doing here, you can follow us on Facebook at Facebook/Dad vs. Dad podcast.
No.
Oh, fuck off.
Facebook.com/Dad vs. Dad podcast.
And Instagram.com/Dad vs. Dad podcast.
And
Well-
if you'd yep.
We will be posting more, which I said last time. I posted one picture.
Which Kevin will be posting more. I've never even seen our Instagram. I'm sure it's amazing. Kevin content
It's really
is
good.
tops. Yeah.
And then if you want to be a patron, you can follow us on patreon.com/Dad vs. Dad.
And with that, you do get bonus content and you get the full video episodes. And it also, all the money we've been squirreling away towards building a better studio so that it's better for you guys to watch, really.
Yeah,
And listen to better audio equipment and better cameras.
I think half of this has been about like trial and error of what's working, what's not working, and getting into a bit of a theme.
Yep.
We dropped a camera, but for some reason it feels much more comfortable doing it that way.
Yeah, probably.
I think as well. I started writing some comedy songs, so I'm really excited to start recording them, and I'll put them on the Patreon
Yeah, cool.
when they're done. They're just dumb little things that I'm writing.
Yep. I think I know where some of the old Dear Henry writings are. And we talked about the Temujin.
Yeah.
Genghis Khan. Temujin was his name.
Yep.
Genghis Khan article. So I might be able to repost that on the Patreon.
They were great.
Yeah.
They are.
I don't know if I've still got the pictures, but I should have the words at least.
Might have to. Have you read through them since?
No, they're probably awful.
Was that pre 2013? Because there may be some F slurs.
There might be some F slurs there.
And the hard R's.
There could be a hard R.
I guarantee.
I never once wrote the N word.
No, never.
knows?
But I guarantee you definitely called him an R many times.
Oh, an R word.
Mm.
Yes. My favourite word still.
It's a good word.
I love it.
You know what, though? I don't know. If you're. It's just my ignorance. But surely it's okay to ask the questions. Why is retard offensive?
Because of mentally disabled people.
Okay, can you call a mentally disabled person a retard?
No, it's mean.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. So you call a normal person a retard. But when
But
you
you
say
can't
that,
anymore.
when you say that, you're equating that normal person to someone with a mental disability. So you're saying you're like this person, and those people are real people with real feelings and stuff.
But
And you're kind of saying you are like him, and that guy's just standing there like,
what's wrong with me?
yeah, exactly.
But at the same time, we're no longer allowed to call mentally disabled people retard.
Yeah.
So
but
how
when
does the word become offensive?
Because the word still refers to them. It's not this own mythical word. You're saying you're like that person.
So what if you would? Okay, yeah. What?
Unless we change the definition of it. Like, the definition of it hasn't changed. We're just not allowed to call them that anymore either. It also means slow.
So essentially, the word is now completely useless.
The word retard in like a scientific sense, it is to slow, or in a mechanical sense, retard is slow down.
Yeah.
Like, that is what it means.
So
it is a
so if
mechanical
you're-
word, and we've later on in life attributed that to mentally disabled people because we were saying they were slow.
So if we
Like
were
they're-
to start using that word in context again, without the inappropriate connotations, we would basically say, "My car's retarded," because
If
it's
it slows
mechanically slow.
down.
Yeah.
No, you would say you retard your car. Like, when you apply the brakes, you retard your car. You wouldn't say your car is retarded.
Well, let's say it's just not working. Okay, my computer's retarded.
Because it's slow.
Am I allowed to say that?
I don't know. Honestly, you're probably not allowed to say anything anyway. That particular word is one word that, like, along with N word and F slur and that
Yeah.
kind of thing, they did try and ban that,
Mm-hmm.
and it didn't work. A lot of comedians and podcasts and that kind of thing still use it. We will not be using it. We've used it in this discussion.
But I think it's okay to. There's using a word
Yeah.
as what we're
You're-
trying to
you're-
understand why we're not using it.
Yeah.
So using the word, for example, the N word, as a reference to the word,
Yeah.
to understand what is offensive about this word.
Yeah.
The word retard, if you are using it in the context of offending someone or relating someone with a mental disability to a person who shouldn't be called that in the first place, then yeah, okay, that's wrong.
Yeah.
But we're discussing the appropriate context of this bad word.
Yeah.
Yes, technically we could call it the R slur.
That's what I'm saying. We're not going to be using it in this show. Like, we're using it in this discussion to discuss why
Of course,
it's bad.
yeah, no, I'm not going to be like, Like,
But
oh, we said it that one. Now we'll just be the retard
we're not
guys.
going to be calling each other that,
No.
even if we're thinking it half the time. Okay, that was probably a little too close.
Does
I
it
think.
make you a bad person? Like, obviously, people still have these thoughts.
Yeah.
We all, and I think it was it Mark Normand who said people still think these things. They were brought up this way. They just have to now know that it's wrong.
Yeah.
And now they have to be self-aware about it.
Yeah. Yeah, so they're still thinking the things in their head before they filter it out and say the thing. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, you're still using it, and then you filter it out and go, okay, no, I can't use that word. Can't use that word. Black person. Like, you know, you're still, your brain process still goes to this. Can't use that. Can't use that. Can't use that. You know, and then spits out the word you want to say.
Yeah.
And it depends. Like, if you're learning to not say the word because you know it upsets other people,
Yeah.
that you're going through that process. If you are a person who lives around these people and your like life is entangled with them, you spend a lot of time with them and that kind of thing,
Mm-hmm.
even hearing the word is going to offend you personally.
Yep.
So you're not going to be even filtering that word out. It's just going to be a word that's just like a dagger to you. You're like, it never needs to be filtered out because you're not even processing that word in that way.
That's just, learning.
Yeah, but for all us who don't, we do have to pass the filter process. Okay, no, you're an idiot. You know,
That's where it comes across like, okay, well, because I agree that these words are wrong.
yeah,
I totally agree with it. But there also has to be that breathing space of people who know it's wrong and may accidentally put it out. I once at work referred to a description as like I was talking about a dog, and I'm like, oh, you got one of those gay little dogs, and I didn't mean it. Like I didn't mean it of like, oh, it's a homosexual dog.
no,
It was just like out of the like it just blurted out, and
yeah, because that's always what they were when you were kids. That's the
because
gay
it
little
was.
dog. Yeah.
But and then for the rest of that day, I sat at my desk with anxiety, like, fuck, I'm gonna lose my job.
Gonna be cancelled.
I've said the worst thing possible. Someone in this office is going to be offended.
Yeah.
I can't believe that slipped out of my mouth. Like it was just it.
Yeah.
Like,
and the thing is, when you do refer to those little dogs, you still think that first when you see the dog. Oh, it's the gay little dog. Wait, no, the lame little dog.
I hate
Those
that
annoying
dog.
little dog, the yappy little dog.
But
Okay.
then, but now when I see one of those little dogs, I remember that incident and go, "Oh my god, I can't believe I did that."
Yeah.
And it just shocks me every time. Like at one point in my life, that was fine to say, and it probably still is fine to say, depending on who you're around. Like I personally don't think gay is that bad of a word, but I've also never been gay and don't know how. Like I empathize a lot with people, so I don't know.
Yeah, it's tricky because there aren't really any slurs that people use for other things that we are.
Whitey, cracker,
Yeah, but like they wouldn't.
cis white male.
Yeah, they're like that, but they. It would be like it'd be kind of like if someone called if a black trans person was being annoying, and someone's like, "You cis white male," you know, that was the thing. You're like, what's wrong with him being like me? Although, because I don't know, and you know what, as much as it's always lame to hear these things, it is a privilege to not have a slur named after you.
Well, yeah.
Like, that's a thing that, like...
You know my favourite thing ever?
Yeah.
Opie, because he's in year 6. So some kids at his school are like, shut up, you're gay.
Yeah.
Because he's got long hair. They're like, you're gay. He's like, what's wrong with that?
Yeah.
I love it.
That's a good response.
Yeah, and they'll, well, nothing. It's like, good.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Well, I'm not, but there wouldn't be anything wrong if I was.
Yeah.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Yeah. Exactly. But yeah, Seinfeld. So like, whoa. No, it's so ahead of the curve with that because it's like, not that there's anything wrong with that. Like standing up that, no, I'm not offending that in any way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Brilliant. Oh, love him.
Yeah. Anyway, that was the longest outro we've ever had.
Anyway.
It was a whole extra discussion, which I know a few listeners are really going to hate, probably.
Well.
Or they'll see what we were trying to get across in it, and they'll understand that we won't be using that word on the show.
Not... We aren't calling anyone an R word. Now I'll call it an R word. I'll call it an R word now. We're not calling anyone that word.
You said R word before you started it.
I genuinely wanted to understand why that word was specifically inappropriate.
Yes.
Okay.
I explained it well, I think.
You did very well. And
now
I know
use it again.
why I can't call someone a retard. So thank you, Jeremy.
On the show.
No, because I'll slip it out in the wrong place. I'll slip it out in the workplace like...
Yeah.
Now I'll be like, god damn, my computer's retarded.
Yeah.
And everyone in the office will be like, and I'll be like, no, it's okay, guys.
I mean, in the mechanical sense, it's slow.
Watch this podcast. We can do a good part about it.
Yeah. Okay.
We've been dads.
Bye, hungries. We did it backwards.
I know. I love that.
Two brothers.
Daddy. Dad.